Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I thought it'd be really fun to do a Q&A. I haven't done one on this YouTube channel yet, and I thought it would be a good way for you to get to know me. Not that I think I'm super interesting or anything, but I know I like to watch these videos on YouTube, especially if it's a new channel. You'll have to excuse that sound. I'm potty training my son, and his potty plays music when, well, it's supposed to when he goes in it. But it seems to just be playing it on its own. He's napping right now, so who knows, but it just keeps playing the music, so bear with me. Also, it's about 100 degrees today, but my house is freezing, hence why I have a sweater in the middle of July. But anyway, so I went onto my Instagram and my Facebook and asked some of you to ask me some questions. And I got a lot of really good ones, so I'm really excited to do this. So I will just go ahead and jump right in. All right, so the first question is, what is my favorite vegan dinner? This is kind of a big question because I honestly feel like I change my mind about it all the time, and I'm also forcing myself to try and make at least one new recipe a week. We menu plan on Sunday nights, and so I know like what our whole week's dinner looks like. But I've been really lazy with dinners lately. But I'd say one of my favorites that I've done recently anyway, and it was one that really just kind of impressed me with the fact that it was vegan, because I guarantee if I gave any non-vegan this meal, they would have had no clue that it was actually vegan. But it is buffalo chicken, macaroni and cheese. I always laugh because people don't know that you can have vegan food and have it be anything other than like a quinoa bowl or a kale salad, which, don't get me wrong, I do like quinoa and kale. I have no problem with that. But you can also have vegan meals be fun and exciting and sometimes kind of unhealthy. But this meal in particular was so impressive to me because it was just really realistic, and it was also really easy. So I've actually been thinking a little bit about doing some like how-to videos with vegan meals. So if that's one that you want to see, go ahead and write in the comment section below that you want to see that video. How I make that, it's the simplest thing. I guarantee all of your meat and dairy eating friends won't have a clue that it's vegan. But yeah, it was really good. And my husband took it to work the next day, then the leftovers that we had for his lunch, and he was going around his office having everybody try it because everybody was so impressed with it. So that always makes me feel really good. But yes, buffalo chicken, macaroni and cheese. Okay, so the next one is a question that I actually get asked a lot, and it's, why do we choose to give Noah a vegan diet? For those of you who don't know, I have a 2-year-old son named Noah. And he is vegan. He's been vegan since day one. So a little bit of backstory on me and then the choice that we made to have him be vegan as well was, when I was pregnant with him, I was a vegetarian. I have a hard time saying I was vegan, even though I was eating very little dairy. I would occasionally have ice cream or maybe cheese on something if I was out. I was a vegetarian, so I was a vegetarian my whole pregnancy, and then when I had him, I was breastfeeding, and we started immediately noticing that he was having some signs of a dairy allergy. So I then, in turn, was like, well, I'm really not eating that much dairy. It won't be a big deal for me just to cut it out entirely and to just be vegan. So that I could continue feeding him and he wasn't having any like negative side effects. It causes a lot of like upset stomach and gas pains and stuff for babies when they have a dairy allergy, or worse, depending on your kid and their allergy. But I really didn't want to do that, and it wasn't a big deal for me to then just cut out the few times a month that I would have a scoop of ice cream. So I cut that out and I was vegan. So then by the time that he started eating solids, or we were starting to give him milk, we knew he couldn't have regular milk because he did have the allergies, so milk was out. And then we started giving him solids of vegan type foods. And the reason for that was because I was a vegan, so I was cooking. I had already not been eating meat for quite a while, so I wasn't going to go back and start cooking meat. And my husband was already borderline vegan as well. So it was very, very easy for us to just continue making the foods that we were already making and give them to Noah. So I guess maybe just to dive a little bit deeper into that, there are a couple of reasons that we also follow a vegan diet. For our bodies, I have rheumatoid arthritis, and when I was eating red meat in particular, I noticed it was a lot worse and it was a lot harder to maintain. But also obviously for the animals and the planet. So it just didn't make sense then for me to already have come to that conclusion and then to think about maybe starting to feed my kid meat. It just really didn't make sense. And I want Noah to, I'm not going to impose certain beliefs on him, but we will explain to him things when he's ready, in a very mild manner, depending on his age, and kind of let him make the decision for himself at some point. But while I'm cooking for him, I'm going to be cooking him what we're eating, and we're eating vegan. And for any naysayers out there who think that it may be harmful to give a baby or toddler or child a vegan diet, I really just have to shoot that down immediately. Noah, since day one, has literally been off the charts in his growth. He's never struggled to gain height, gain weight, hit milestones. But that's because there's a healthy way and there's an unhealthy way to do anything. There's a healthy way to eat the diet that you're eating, and there's an unhealthy way to do that as well, just as there is for a vegan diet. There's a very healthy way to do it, a balanced way. So one of my main goals as a vegan, especially as a vegan mom of a vegan toddler, is to help people kind of figure out the balance of having it still be fun and exciting for your kid, but also making sure that they're getting the balance and the nutrients that they need, even with a vegan diet. So this next one has to do with oils. For those of you who don't know also, I run a business with a health and wellness company called doTERRA, where I teach people how to incorporate essential oils into their daily routines to promote natural health. So this question has to do with what is my favorite essential oil for nausea. This is actually kind of a big one for me because lately, I would say within the past 2 years, I don't know if it has anything to do with having a baby or not, but I've been really prone to motion sickness. So if I'm not driving in the car, I am sick. So I've really struggled with that. But obviously, every once in a while, you'll come down with a stomach bug that makes you feel really sick or nauseous, or maybe early in pregnancy, maybe all through your pregnancy. And there are definitely natural ways to help combat that. My favorite being this little essential oil blend called DigestZen. So it is actually a blend of essential oils such as ginger, peppermint, caraway, coriander, anise, tarragon, and fennel. And what I'll do is I just put 1 drop under my tongue and drink a glass of water. And it doesn't taste the best. I will warn you, if you aren't a huge licorice fan, it does taste like licorice because of the fennel. But it is really, really, really good and really helpful, and it's really refreshing. It's because of the peppermint. It actually kind of provides a nice cool relief down all the way into your stomach, and it helps settle my stomach better than anything I've ever tried before. You guys, I used to be avid with Tums and Dramamine, and I haven't had to use those things since we started using essential oils because this is just so, so, so effective. Now, when taking oils internally, I have to say I never recommend doing so with any other brand other than doTERRA because I can't back their purity. I do, however, know that doTERRA's oils are incredibly pure, and this one in particular is safe to take within reason internally. Okay, another oil question, but the question is, what is my favorite essential oil or oils for relaxation? And I love that question because one of the first things people think of when they think of essential oils like lavender, or maybe just even essential oils in general, but it's their benefits in relaxing you, right? They use essential oils in massages. You can do, certain scented candles are supposed to help relax you. It's the same feeling. So what happens when you actually smell essential oils aromatically is it enters through your nose and goes to your olfactory senses that actually are in charge of distributing like emotion and memory. And you know, if you ever smell something and you're like, oh my gosh, that reminds me of dot dot dot, that's because it's those senses getting triggered by the smell that you're taking in. So using essential oils in relaxation is really, really helpful, and it's really, really efficient and effective. My favorites are currently, because this does change every once in a while, but I have a couple, these two in particular, that I always kind of go back to, and I'm sorry for the light change. I am in my living room and the sun is going behind clouds, so there you go. Natural light, thanks. But two of my absolute favorites, and ones that I always find myself going back to, are Balance Grounding Blend, which is a mix of fractionated coconut oil, spruce, hoe wood, frankincense, blue tansy, and blue chamomile. So it's pre-diluted. I don't have to do anything to it. I can really just put a little drop like this on my finger and then rub it behind my ears, on my wrists, on my chest. I can mix it in with my lotion and rub it like that. And white fur. I really like these two together. So frequently I will actually put some coconut oil, because this one's not diluted already, so I want to dilute it before I put it on topically. But I'll just put like a teaspoon of coconut oil in my palm, or unscented lotion, put a drop of each, and then just kind of massage it into my neck and into my shoulders. It is so good. I know I say that about all essential oils, that they're just so good, but honestly, you guys, like, these work so well. I also like to put a drop of each in my palms, rub them together like this, and then kind of like cup them over my nose and mouth and breathe in. And then I rub the excess either in my hair, on my clothes, on my chest, on my arms, kind of anywhere I can get it, so that I can smell it throughout the day. And it is so good. I'm just really fond of those smells. I'm really fond of like woods and trees. I do like florals and I like citruses, but I feel like when it comes to relaxation, like, I really can't go wrong with this duo. These are so, so, so good. The next question is, what is my favorite immune boost for my family? So there are a couple of things with this. Obviously, in terms of keeping your immune system boosted, you have to go back to the basics to begin with. A healthy, balanced diet, good sleep, good rest, exercise, hydration. All those are really, really important in keeping your body working at top notch. I also am a huge believer in a really good multivitamin, especially because we are vegans. There are a select few things that vegans should supplement with. Protein isn't one of them, so don't ask me that. We get enough protein, I promise. But like B12, for example, is a bit difficult to get on a vegan diet. So we do supplement with that. But I actually use the doTERRA Lifelong Vitality Pack vitamins. It's a trio of vitamins. One is a whole food nutrient complex. One is the cellular vitality complex to help make sure my cells are oxidizing properly and working the best that they can. And then the third is an omega, plant-based omega supplement. Noah also takes like a kid's multivitamin, and then he has like a zinc and echinacea vitamin that he takes daily, so that's to help with his immune system. But then, of course, we use our oils for immune system support as well. What I do is, in a roller ball, I have one like this for my husband and myself, and then I have one with the appropriate dilution for a child, for Noah, with the essential oils On Guard, frankincense, melaleuca, and lemon. So I put all of those in a roller ball. For my husband and myself, I do about 10 to 15 drops. For Noah, I do about 3 to 5 drops and fill the rest up with coconut oil, and we roll it on the bottoms of our feet every single night to help keep our immune systems boosted. So On Guard in particular is dubbed the protective blend. It's actually specifically blended together for immune system support to help your body kind of fight off more efficiently environmental threats and things like that. So having that blend in with the other essential oils, frankincense, melaleuca, and lemon, which are all really regenerative and cleansing essential oils, it's just a really beneficial way to give your body that daily immune support that we all need, especially during the times of year where it's really, really common to get bugs and things like that. All right, this next one is really cute. I liked this one. But it is, what is my favorite part about being a mom? That's a really loaded question, and I could say something like it's caused me to not have like normal human reactions to things. Like, for example, I said earlier I was potty training my son, and yesterday I caught pee in my hand just to avoid him peeing on the floor. It's definitely been an interesting part about being a mom, but I would say my favorite part has probably been just being challenged in more ways than I even knew possible. Yes, it's challenging in the sense that you have to learn a whole new person and learn kind of a whole new way of life and a whole new rule book. And you have to learn to go without very good sleep for a long time. And there are just a lot of different things that you do have to learn. But I would say, even more so than that, it's challenged me to be able to listen to my own gut instinct and my own intuition more than I had ever before. We've been confronted with a few situations since Noah's been born where we learned that me listening to my gut instinct was the best thing that could have possibly happened, and I'm really, really thankful that I've learned that quality, or I've learned how to do that, because I really do feel like we have those feelings for a reason, and it's really important to be able to trust yourself and to be able to trust your own heart and your own intuition. So that was a really, really hard thing for me to learn how to do, and I'm just really thankful that he's taught me how to do that. So I'd say that probably just being challenged in more ways than I even knew possible. Okay, so the last question is, if I could pick up and go on vacation tonight, where would I go? I would have to say Vienna, Austria. I know it's not usually like somebody's big destination to go to Vienna, but I've always kind of had this dream of going to Vienna. I don't know. I really don't know what it is, but I feel really, really pulled towards Vienna. In particular, during Christmas time, I think my ultimate dream would be to go to Vienna during Christmas time and do like a summer safari in Africa. But if I was going tonight, I would say Vienna. I know it's not Christmas, but I would go, and I would love it, and it would be beautiful, aside from the fact that it's like a 22-hour flight. So I'd pick Vienna. All right, you guys. Well, that was a lot of fun answering those questions. Thank you to all who submitted. I hope you guys learned something new about me, and if you liked this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. I upload here every single Monday. If you have any questions about anything regarding doTERRA, I will put my email address right here, so you can shoot me an email. Also, I just wanted to say thank you guys so much for supporting me with this channel so far. I've had a lot of fun making these videos, and I'm really excited for what's coming next. So just thank you so, so much.